Another prime example of why I absolutely hate YouTube these days. Nothing working. The last stream crashed because I moved my phone enough for it to go from horizontal to vertical, and that, for some reason, YouTube has that set up so that it disconnects from the internet when that happens during a live stream. Done it many times by accident before. Oh, and I just lost the cards there. Yeah, that thing's a little too quick. But yeah, what that is a custom painted American Flyer Pacific, Pennsylvania Railroad Pacific locomotive. Pretty cool. Longer video about that and the backstory about how I got it and some other cool things I've noticed about it in the future. But for now, we gotta do something. And you know what? It's not gonna be a proper send off for this room because of how it is here and everything else. But yeah, we'll run some trains for you guys. Again, hopefully this stream doesn't crash. I gotta get something set up again and another layout. Yeah, this might work. Alright, so yeah, is anybody in here? No. Well, it sucks that that last stream crashed, but hey, that's modern YouTube. That's what we're supposed to accept these days and just not complain about it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I use my phone just enough and it disconnects because it's designed to do that for some reason. It literally does it every time. It gives you a notification disconnected because pretty much says exactly. Okay, we are back though. I'm going to try not to move this enough where we will not disconnect. Not sponsored, but very cool place, I will say. This is the Lionel layout, winter theme. There's a PRR 262 running around there in case anybody's curious. The locomotive over here is a Chesapeake and Ohio Mountain type that was acquired just a few months ago. One of the most recent additions to the collection. Acquired over the winter. Well, the fall, I'd say, of 2025. Once we move and get our money, I'm going to get GoPros and a laptop, and we're going to really start doing this YouTube channel right. So tonight I'm just doing a basic little thrown together send-off for this room. Sorry if I missed anybody's messages. I've just got to keep an eye on this ludicrous speed post-war Lionel Hudson over here behind me that I'll show in a bit. Yeah, I mean, this layout, this HO scale layout was the first layout I'd put together when I was like 6 years old, maybe 5 years old. I'm going to do a more professional one someday. Real basic kind of thing. We'll go show this Speed Demon over here for a bit. Once again, not sponsored, but a good place. Feel free to check it out. This is the post-war Lionel Hudson over here on the O-gauge layout. Let that cruise around for a bit, and I'll get something going on the Escalade now. So we got 3 layouts going here: the O gauge, the HO scale, and the S gauge over here, which I know they're all a mess, but you know, getting ready to move, haven't been doing anything with them for a long time. And once we get to the new property, things are gonna change, for sure. And yes, in case I haven't mentioned yet, there's fallen insulation in the various places of this room, because that is one of the things that happens here in an unfinished attic, basically. Can't wait to move, because we got a room where we could put maybe not all the layouts in the same room, but they can pretty much be in finished rooms if we have to put them in there. And eventually, hopefully, we'll have enough money left over to build a building just for this. And we might even do a part 3 to this stream and do the little N scale layout in that part 3. But that would be tomorrow, because that's going to need some work to get going. I was hoping to get it going tonight, but no, I don't think it's going to get there. What time is it? 9:30 already. Crazy. I'm not going to wrap it up just yet, but I am going to wrap it up within the next 10 minutes. I'll try to run one more thing on each table, one more locomotive. And I think we'll go ahead and do a little part 3 tomorrow with maybe just the N scale, because most of the O gauge and a lot of other stuff's going to be pretty well started on the packing tomorrow. Packing it up. Yeah. We'll do a little bit of N scale tomorrow in a part 3, I think. And then that'll be our last official live stream, I think. Part 3 will be the absolute finale. Maybe we'll see if we can get something else running on each layout. I subbed you a while ago. My kids love watching your videos. That's awesome to hear. I would really like to make a comeback and start posting a lot more stuff again, but you know, it's gotten hard on YouTube. It takes forever to upload videos these days. I got so much other stuff going on in my life that I want to get over first, but I think on the new property I'll be able to make a pretty thorough comeback. Should be pretty cool. Also, I called this HO scale locomotive a Chesapeake, Ohio earlier, and it's really Reading brand. Yeah, quite a mess up here right now. Yeah. With a nice change of scenery, though, and, you know, getting some more things figured out and finally taken care of. It's going to be a huge change on the new property, and I'm thinking you guys are going to, with some of the things I've got planned, some railroad-related things with the new property, I think you guys are going to hopefully see a heck of a comeback on this channel. this locomotive here real quick just to give it some smoke fluid. It's because when it comes to the American Flyer smoke units, running them dry, not a good idea. They have been known to catch fire. I've not seen it happen personally, but I've heard of a lot of people catching their American Flyer locomotives, their smoke units, the wick gets dry, and it starts to burn, and then it starts blowing fire out of the stack instead of smoke. Once again, never happened to me personally, knock on wood, but I've met plenty of people who have had that happen. We'll give this live stream another 10 minutes. We'll get a little something different running on each layout. And then we'll do one final stream tomorrow night, I think. We'll get the N-scale layout running, get something running on each one, and give a really last final farewell for this location. And a little tour of the room, clean some things up a bit, you know, get the clutter out. This is another good example of a post-war Lionel Speed Demon over here that I got to kind of keep an eye on. It's the Dreyfuss Hudson, in quotations. It's really a backwards Pacific, but it's based off of the Dreyfuss Hudson in appearance. Brother, I wish you the absolute best in your next new change in your life. Thank you, it means a lot. As far as that Dreyfuss Hudson goes, I have the whole original set somewhere around here. I need to get it all back together, though. So Gothic looking? Yeah, it kind of does have that look to it. Actually, I have two of those locomotives. I have another one that's painted black with no tender, but it's in some rough shape right now in a parts, or project box, I should say. I have like old shoe boxes with projects in them. It's in one of those. That'll be another future one to get running for sure. It looks just like that, but it's black. test run for a bit. We're going to move over to HO scale. I would love to be walking through your tiny town just as it was like back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, it's changed. I've changed some things up a little bit and got some other buildings over the years, but for the most part, this one's pretty... Oh! We got a little derailment out here. It's alright, nothing broke. Just had some things fall over on the table on the HO scale. What happened was we had a coupling fail and the locomotive came around, hit the rear of the train and pushed some things off. Yeah. It's okay. I'll get that sorted out. Unfortunately, I can't run that locomotive, which was cool because it's my articulated Y6B, but it's Pennsylvania Railroad. Just like my other Y6B is Baltimore and Ohio, the N-scale one. Don't have any proper N and W ones. Alright, well, we'll get HO scale figured out here hopefully and do one more train on that. And then one more new one on S gauge, and then that'll be the end of this stream, but we'll be back again tomorrow night with something. Although there's going to be a lot of stuff cleaned up and moved out of here. Probably tonight, if not definitely tomorrow. I'm going to do a lot of work up here. Once those older post-war Lionel locomotives get warmed up, they really like to go. Hopefully it keeps going. Alright. Now, we got something else going over here. This is a Mahano Mikado type steam locomotive, 282. And I think this is Chesapeake in Ohio. This one is the road number. The tripod stays there. Let's see what messages I might have missed. You have the same Adidas shirt. Awesome. Alright, so with that going now, I can finally get something else going on that stage. hopefully that runs good. We're going to do something else entirely over here. The Royal Blue's got some dirty wheels right now. It's not happy with running. That's how everything is right now. It's been since around Christmas time was the last time I was running anything up here. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. We got something running on each layout here. Love the old school vibes. Yeah. That's a courthouse or something, I believe, that building. Yeah. In the scale layout, before we put the property up for sale and I totally shut down progress on anything, I was assembling some of my own buildings. A couple there, these two. They're kind of an old school brick downtown vibe going. Yeah. Lots of stuff that'll get completed in the middle of the location. I'll throw some cars behind this here and then we'll finish up this stream before YouTube gives me that time for bed notification. The stream's over. Yeah. I've been very upset with YouTube lately, to say the least. We'll throw something on over here, and then give the stream about another 2 minutes, and we'll roll, but we'll be back tomorrow night, briefly at least. Even just for like 5 or 10 minutes, we'll have everything going, get something, and that'll be the absolute final send-off for this vacation. Oh, of course it stalls. Dang it, I can't do. Oh, it just derailed. Alright. So something is running on each layout. Oh, this keeps derailing now. Oh my gosh, we can't have nice things. Get it below the... Yeah, good. That's an American Flyer GP7 for you guys there. I'm going to slow down more. It'll run better because it's kind of derailing. Yeah, it just wants to keep stalling because it's got dirty wheels. I haven't had time to clean anything. Whatever. We'll do one more stream tomorrow night as our true final send-off. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. It's been cool hanging out with you guys again. Lots more coming for the new property here when we move. So stay tuned. I will see you guys again tomorrow night for a bit at least. You all have a great night. Yeah, have a great night too.